Hi, it's Tina. Welcome to my channel. We finished our holiday up. We celebrate early. And I realized that you haven't. And some of you may be doing some last minute shopping. My daughter and I wanted to do a video when she was here visiting, and we just didn't get around to it. She stayed such a short time, and we just were enjoying each other's company, and we didn't get around to it. So I'd like to make the video anyway, even though she isn't here, and I'd like to dedicate this to her since it was her idea. So Tabby, this is for you. She was so impressed with the sustainable gifts that I got for her and other people that she really wanted to talk to you about that. And I realize that a lot of people go vegan for different reasons. Now, I don't consider myself a true vegan because vegan has a lot more to do with lifestyle changes and beliefs and philosophies than just eating plant-based. I went plant-based for health reasons. But I realize that a lot of you go vegan for environmental reasons. And if you haven't considered that aspect of it, this video is for you, okay? We vote with our dollars. We change society with our dollars, with what we choose to spend our money on and what we choose to support. And that's what I want to remind you of today. So if we can use items ourselves that are more sustainable, that put less garbage in our landfills, and that use less fossil fuels in their production, then we are putting less of a carbon footprint on the earth. And I try to be mindful of that every day. And I was mindful of that long before I adopted a plant-based diet. So some of the things that I use myself and that I've started purchasing for other people are going to be included in this video. And the first thing is a lot of people who are plant-based, and even those who aren't, use straws. Straws are generally made of plastic, and fossil fuels are used in the production of plastic. Then they're generally used once and they're thrown away and they stay in the landfill forever. So let's talk about using reusable straws. Now, I'm not going to promote any certain brand in this video. I'm not going to tell you where to get things. You could probably get these at variety stores, Bed Bath & Beyond, Walmart, I don't know. I personally got these off Amazon. And what I did is I bought a multi-pack that had 4 straight straws and 4 bent straws, and then 2 little straw cleaners, and then I halved the pack with my daughter Tabitha. And that way we kind of, you know, I spent $10 and 2 people benefited from it. So that's 2 people that are no longer throwing plastic straws in a landfill. And I keep these in my purse. So when I go out somewhere, I've got some in my purse and some in the house. So if my daughter makes a smoothie, she can grab one out of the drawer, or if I just happen to be at a restaurant where I've requested, you know, water and I want a straw, then I just use my own straw, okay? The second thing that I wanted to talk about is containers. Now, we know, and well, if you don't know, then I'm going to say, plastic containers are bad for the environment. If you store your food in them and then you pull them out of the refrigerator and you microwave in them, that plastic holds on to odors, it holds on to stains, so it's going to hold on to some residue of the food. And it begins to break down, and then that plastic is then in your food and slowly poisoning you every time you do it. So be very mindful of using glass containers. So I have glass storage bowls. I have square ones, I have round ones, and you know, if you've followed me for a while, I am notorious for my mason jars. So I batch cook, put stuff in the mason jars because it takes up less space in my refrigerator, and then for leftovers, for whatever's left for the food when we go to package it up, then I'll grab a bowl that has a lid and then I just stack those up in the refrigerator. So glass is a lot better to use than plastic, and you can wash it and reuse it, and it's going to last a lot longer so long as you don't break it. Now, I like to use the plastic lids, but it's not a, you know, use it and throw it away plastic lids. I use it, wash it, use it, wash it, use it, wash it forever and ever and ever. And that's going to be, I buy a package of 8 of these for about $3 at Walmart. And that's better than the actual mason jar lids, which if you're actually canning, you need this type of lid. But if you use it a lot, wash and reuse, eventually it begins to rust and the seal begins to wear down, and you have to replace those a lot. So I don't want to replace a lot. So just for leftovers, I'll use these plastic lids. Okay? Then there's toothbrushes. And I've got different ones, and I buy these off Amazon. I don't know if you can find them somewhere else. Hopefully you can. I think you can buy them directly from the company. Just do a little search, you know, Google it. And basically, toothbrushes are something that we need to replace every 3 months, right? So that's 3 months, that's 4 times a year that you are replacing a toothbrush that's made out of plastic, and it's going in a landfill, and it's never going away. And for each person on the earth, replacing that toothbrush every 3 months and putting it in a landfill, and it's never going away, it's a big deal. So this is packaged in recycled paper. Each little toothbrush inside is recycled paper. And then the actual brush is bamboo, and there's something about the bristles that are different, and they actually biodegrade. And so this can go in my compost pile, and it's not going in a landfill. And so I am not contributing to that pollution and that landfill that's never going away. Remember, there is no way. You cannot just throw something in the garbage. There is no away. Okay? It's here to stay. And again, fossil fuels are used in the production of plastic, and so that just goes with our, you know, we can't get rid of fossil fuels because we need it to make plastic. Well, let's limit how much plastic we purchase, and so we are limiting how much fossil fuels we are dependent on. Okay? And then we have grocery bags. Now, in some areas, plastic grocery bags can be recycled at your local recycling center. They end up in the oceans, and they kill fish, and they pollute our oceans, and they go into the garbage, and they stay in the landfill forever if they're not recycled. In my area, there is no recycling for plastic bags at our local center. We can take them to the local Walmart, and they will recycle them for us. So at least that's something. But if you can use reusable bags, cloth bags that you either make yourself or you purchase, and then you just reuse those every time you go to the grocery store, that's a lot better. And I try really hard to do that. And in mine with that, there are produce bags. And they come in different sizes. This is a small one. And then we've got a great big one. And then there's a medium-sized one, okay? And I keep them in the dreaded plastic bag that they came in my purse. And when I go to the grocery store and I'm in the produce aisle, I just fill these up, and the cashier just rings them up as she would as if I put it in the grocery store bag. And they're actually quite impressed when they see me come through with these. Not that I'm trying to impress anyone, but I've planted that seed. I've planted that seed in that person that's ringing me up at the cash register that, oh, that's a really good idea. I should check on that. I've planted that seed in all those people standing behind me in the line that, oh, that's a good idea. And then the cashier will start talking to me about it, and other people hear it, and in the next aisle over, and the next aisle over, and the people behind. and it plants that seed. That's a really good idea. I should check on that. And again, what I did is I bought a kit that just had a whole bunch of bags in it, and I halved them with my daughter. So that's my carbon footprint is smaller. The person who I shared it with, in this case my daughter, her carbon footprint is smaller. And every little bit that we can do shrinks up those carbon footprints. And then the last thing I want to talk to you about today, remember these from your grandpa? Maybe your great-grandpa, depending on how old you are. My grandpa swore by this. And my grandpa used to talk to me about these razors. And he would tell me when I was young and learning to shave, don't shave against the hair. And I'd say, well, it won't cut if I don't. Oh yes, it will if your blade's sharp enough. We get a lot of ingrown hairs because we tend to shave against the hair follicle. It cuts too short, the hair bounces back underneath the skin, and then it gets clogged and it cannot get through that barrier of skin, and then we get the ingrown hairs and rashes and razor burn and all that. This razor stops all that. Okay, it gives me a very, very close shave. I've been using it now for about 2 weeks. And I remembered what my grandpa said when he used to talk to me about his razor. That if the blade is sharp enough, you shave with the grain of the hair, the grain of the wood, you know, it's just like sanding. You sand with the grain. When you're shaving, you shave in the direction the hair grows. And this will cut. I've never cut myself with it yet, knock on wood, and hope that I don't. I was a little intimidated by it, and it made me shave slower, shave smarter, be easier and gentler and kinder with my body and with my skin, and put me more in the moment of what I was doing, more mindful. And we all need a little more mindfulness. Now, this razor cost me less than $18. I bought it at Walmart. You can get them online if you can't find them anywhere else. I'm assuming other stores have them. And it came with 5 blades. Now, tell me another disposable razor that you can get for less than $18 that has 5 blades. I dare you to find one. A good one that actually cuts and doesn't irritate your skin. The replacement blades for this, for 5 blades, was $2.48 in the stand right next to these razors. You cannot get 5 blades for $2.48 when you get those blades that are 4 and 5 blades deep, and they cost you $30. Okay, so this is metal. It will last you forever. There are people using, you know, in their 20s and 30s that are using their grandfather's razors that he had his whole life, and they just keep passed down generation to generation, and they last. So this is the last razor I will ever need to buy, and it will be handed down to whoever wants it once I'm gone. I gave 4 other razors to other people in my family this year. That's 4 other people that never have to buy another razor again, never have to spend that money. So I'm saving them money, and I'm keeping those disposable razors and those disposable blades out of the landfills. So I have helped 5 people, myself and 4 others, to lessen their carbon footprints. Now, being a vegan means caring for the environment. But you know what? Being a human being means caring for the environment. So let's all care, okay? Let's give a frig about the environment. You guys think about what I say. Be mindful. Have a great day.